y'all, welcome back to Holistic Flow. I am your girl Lolo, and today I'm going to be talking about how to prevent dry, itchy scalp from the perspective of starter locks, but then this can also apply for anybody who's in any stage of their lock journey. But I know that for myself specifically, when I was in my starter lock phase, within the first 1 to, I would say, 6 to 8 months of your lock journey, you're still in the starter lock phase and your hair is really still new to being locked up. And so in that phase, it's really easy to get drier, itchier scalp. And here are going to be some ways to combat dry, itchy scalp and prevent it. So before we get into this video, if you are new here to my channel, hello. Here on Holistic Flow, we are creating a safe space, a space for self-love, self-growth, and maturity, and we're taking a journey towards an overall better mind, body, and spirit connection. So if you're with that, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications so you know whenever I upload a new video. If you have done that, thank you so much. And let's get into this video. All right, so to first understand how to prevent or get rid of dry, itchy scalp, you'll want to know some of the reasons why it occurs in the first place. I feel like when our scalp is itchy, most of the time, it's not that it's dry, it's that it actually is exposed to too much moisture. And that can be for a number of different things. I think one of the most common reasons of itchy scalp is excess sweat. If you work out a lot, like I do, or if you just sweat a lot, if you maybe just have overactive sweat glands, like some people do, you might sweat a lot in your sleep. You might sweat a lot whenever you go to the gym, whenever you do work out, or just doing everyday activities. And if you sweat a lot more, what happens is the sweat is made up of water and also, salt. Salt can actually contribute to increased dryness on the scalp if that sweat isn't being washed off regularly. But then also if you sweat a lot and your scalp isn't being exposed to a lot of air to dry it, if sweat is on the scalp for a long extended period of time, and if your scalp is moist for a long time, that can also contribute to build up on your scalp. Excess sweat, we'll talk about that later on, but a simple fix to that is washing your scalp regularly or when needed. Another thing that can cause more itchy scalp is buildup on the scalp. A lot of oils on the scalp what they do is they trap moisture in. Oil kind of sits on top of water because oil and water don't mix. So because it sits on top of water, oftentimes if you have a lot of oils on the scalp, your scalp isn't able to get enough air to have it be dry and clean. So a dirty scalp often leads to an itchy scalp because of scalp buildup. So it's kind of like layers of oil and layers of product are just sitting on top of the scalp and it's not able to breathe. So that can contribute to irritation on the scalp as well. Another contribution to itchy scalp is tight hairstyles. Wherever you're pulling it, that increased tension can lead to itchy scalp because it will irritate and it can inflame the scalp. So you want to watch out for that as well. One contributor to itchy scalp and dry scalp as well that people don't really think about, and I know I need to work on this more, is depending on what you use to wrap up your hair or your locks at night when you go to sleep, you want to wash those things. If you use a silk or satin pillowcase on your pillow, maybe because your bonnet often falls off or your scarf falls off or something like that, how often do you wash your pillows? A lot of us don't wash our bonnets or our pillowcases. If you're only using a satin pillowcase to go to sleep, which a lot of people do, think about when you go outside and how many things can get trapped in your locks. Fragments of grass, things that you may be even allergic to. And just think about our body, right? We wash our body every single day. I hope you wash your body every single day. And we wash our face every single day. but we don't wash our hair every single day. But if you think about it, our hair touches everything that our body and our skin on our face touches every single day, because they're kind of like within the same vicinity. So when you don't wash your hair every single day, and then you come home and you sleep on your silk or satin pillowcase and you're tossing and turning, all of the elements that are carried with you in your hair get on that satin pillowcase. So you want to wash it pretty often. I would say at least once a week. And nobody really talks about those things as it pertains to having itchy scalp, but it really makes a huge difference. Another thing that can contribute to itchy scalp that people don't really talk about is stress. There are certain areas of the scalp that you may itch or scratch more than others. And that may be because of things like stress or extra tension in your life that you may not be aware of. And so that's more of a holistic approach to taking care of your hair. Now we can get into the ways that you can prevent these things from happening. And even when they do happen, you can kind of fix it. So this is aimed towards people who are in the beginning stages of their lock journey, like I said, within the first 1 to 6 months, because that's when you can start to see the most dryness and the most itchiness. And the reason is because your hair isn't really used to being in locks yet. It's kind of a new environment for your hair strands when they're used to being brushed, combed out. However, when you have locks, all of the fallen hair strands fall into the locks and we don't really lose many hair strands. So the very first cause that I mentioned of dry, itchy scalp was excess sweat. And to combat that, you would want to wash your hair. And it's up to you, like the frequency that you want to wash your hair at, because some people wash their hair as needed. I wash my locks and scalp as needed, but typically it's every 2 weeks. When I increase the amount of times that I sweat, which is most of the time in the summertime, it gets hotter outside, I more so go for a week and a half. And also I shampoo my hair twice. So I lather, rinse, and then repeat. Now, some people even shampoo their scalp 3 times in one wash session. I just stick with 2 times and that seems to do the trick. Another thing about excess sweat on your scalp is that whenever you do go to the gym or whatever you do that makes your scalp sweat a lot, you want to make sure that after you sweat, your scalp gets some air for it to be able to dry. If you are playing sports or going to the gym and you have your hair up in a bun, after you get done with that physical activity, you want to let your hair down so that your scalp can breathe. The more that you have your hair up, it will trap in that sweat. Your scalp will take more time to dry, and you want to lessen the drying time of your scalp. And then also do be aware that sweat is water and salt. Salt can also dry out the scalp. People will say that within your first 5 to 6 months or however of your starter locks being new, that you shouldn't wash your hair but every month or every 2 months. And I've tried both ways. So in the first 3 months of having my starter locks, I did only wash my hair once a month. I saw more advantages as I started washing my hair every 3 weeks and then every 2 weeks. So what I did was I decreased the amount of time in between my washes so that it wasn't a huge jump from, washing it every month to washing it every 2 weeks or 1 week. Because you want to, again, get your scalp used to this new regimen. All in all, do whatever feels right in your heart. Second cause of dry, itchy scalp that I mentioned was scalp buildup. I dealt with this in the first couple of months of my lock journey because within those first couple of months, I was using gels on my hair to retwist my hair. I don't use gels anymore and I don't retwist anymore, so that's not a problem. But then I was also using oils on my scalp. Water and oil do not mix. So if moisture is what causes your scalp to be stuffy and dirty, when you put oil on your scalp to help mitigate the itch, what it does is trap more moisture in. And more moisture might sound good for your hair, and it may be good for your actual hair, but not for your scalp. You want the least amount of product on your scalp as possible. So when you put oil on top of, sweat, more oil, or even, anything else that may cause moisture, it just puts another coat of product over your scalp so that your scalp isn't able to breathe. These are certain specific types of oils. This is if you use certain essential oils mixed with carrier oils. Essential oils would be like lemongrass, tea tree, lavender, peppermint, and then a carrier oil would be like jojoba oil, argan oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil. So you can mix those two together. Nothing but oil straight. I started seeing a huge improvement in the itchiness of my scalp when I stopped putting oils on my scalp, because I realized the less product that I put on my scalp and the lighter product that I put on my scalp, the better the scalp's health. Mostly dandruff can come from an increase of scalp buildup. Even if you are using oils to lock in the moisture on your scalp, that moisture eventually dries up. And when it dries up, it dries as dandruff, which is just buildup of the scalp. So to reduce that dandruff, reduce dry, flaky, itchy scalp, you want less of those products that are causing it in the first place. If you must use oils, I would recommend diluting the oils first with either aloe vera, which is great for the scalp, aloe vera juice, or with some distilled water or rose water. I have recently started using one particular product that has worked wonders for my scalp. This Free the Roots Hydrating Mist. It's only 3 ingredients on here: aloe leaf juice, plant-derived soluble, and essential oils. Now, it has no alcohol, no sulfates, no parabens. It's all natural aloe, 100% vegan, and also no silicones. It helps with itchy scalp, oily scalp, dandruff, and even face care. And because this product is all natural and includes aloe, one of the best things that you can do for your hair and scalp is to put products on it that are all natural, since your hair is all natural. So this product more so focuses on refreshing the scalp rather than adding on to the dirt and the buildup that's already on the scalp. Free the roots, that's what I'm all about, freeing the roots, semi-freeform locks. The brothers of this company actually started it to help people like you and me through their natural hair journey. Again, they're all natural, vegan, and Black owned. I'll leave the link in the description box for you to check them out. All right, so next, tight hairstyles. You want to minimize the amount of pulling on your hair. So any type of hairstyle that pulls actually activates pain receptors on our scalp, and when your scalp itches, they activate the same type of receptors as pain. So you want to eliminate anything that pulls your hair too tight, whether it be ponytails or whether it be, tight head wraps or scarves on your hair and your locks as well. I actually have 1 or 2 tutorials on low tension hairstyles for your locks at any stage, so check those out. All right, so that is it for this video. I hope that you really enjoyed it, and if so, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And again, check out the link down below in my description box for the Free the Roots products. If you want to support my channel as well, my Cash App is in the description box. Also follow me on my social medias and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. I hope to see you in my next one, but until then, I'm sending peace your way, love your way, and joy to you, your family, and your friends. All right, y'all. Peace.